Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Okay, before starting our lesson, let's pray together. And Chairman, please command your friend. Thank you. Okay, everybody, I will take the attendance before starting the class. So, let's check to see who's here today. Well, everybody, are you ready for learning today? Let's be ready for learning today for our new matter and today. So, today we will study about economic activity. So, what is economic activity? Okay, before we study about economic activity, I will give you some question. Okay, student, have you ever broke a vegetable in a shop? Besides that, have you ever helped your parents sell? If so, that you have carried out economic activity. So, what do you mean about economic activity? And so what are the types of economic activity? So, today we will talk about it all today. So, please look at the picture. The first picture is fishermen looking for fish in the sea. And the activity in activity economy is production. The second picture is the fish trades at the market. And the activity on activity economy is distribution. And the last picture is the boy eats fish. And the activity economy is consumption. So, economic activity is an activity carried out by humans to fulfill their needs. In this world, almost no human being can do anything alone. As social beings, humans need help from others to carry out economic activities. So, there are several kinds of economic activities that we do and we often encounter in the community. Economic activity includes by three: production, distribution, and consumption. So, to find out more clearly, below we will discuss an explanation of each economic activity. The first is production. Production is an activity to produce a good or service. The main production economies activity are carried out by producers in order to produce goods or service to meet consumer needs. The purpose of production is to meet the needs of buyer, of customer, and seek profit in producing goods and service. Some example of production activities like a farmer, fisherman, carpenter, service provider like a barbershop, Wi-Fi provider, and etc. Like a garment industry, like to produce food, produce electronic device, clothing production, and etc. The second is distribution. After production activities, the next activity is distribution activity. Distribution is the activity of distributing goods or service from the producer to the customer. The person doing the distribution is called a distributor. The main task of distribution activities is to buy goods from producer and then sell them so to customer. Distributor themselves are divided into three types, namely is wholesalers, small traders or retailers, and intermediaries. Wholesalers are buying and selling goods in large quantities. Small traders buying goods from wholesalers to be sold to customers. Meanwhile, intermediaries are only mediating economic activity between producer and customer. The second is distribution. After production activities, the next activity is distribution activity. Distribution is the activity of distributing goods or service from the producer to the customer. The person doing the distribution is called a distributor. The main task of distribution activities is to buy goods from producer and then sell them so to customer. Distributor themselves are divided into three types, namely is wholesalers, small traders or retailers, and intermediaries. Wholesalers are buying and selling goods in large quantities. Small traders buying goods from wholesalers to be sold to customers. Meanwhile, intermediaries are only mediating economic activity between producer and customer. Example of distribution activities is grocery wholesalers who sell products from producer to the customer, like a seller, like a bookstore, vegetable store, or flower store, like a mini market or supermarket, like a market, like a consumption, like a driver, and etc. And the last is consumption. Humans, everybody carry out consumption activity with the aims of meeting needs. Consumption activity is an economic activity that consumers the use value of a good or service, gradually or immediately exhausted. Consumption activity can occur when producer sells goods or service directly to consumers. Consumption economy activity can also occur when consumers buy goods or service from distributor. We often encounter consumption activity on our daily life. Example of consumption activity like eat meatballs, eat rice ball, shopping, use the service like Wi-Fi, haircut, message, school children will buy a bookstore, buy clothes, buy a pencil, buy a bag, buy a car or motorcycle or vegetable or fruit, book, and etc. Okay, student, before we stop the class, I will give you a quiz. In here, there are 4 questions for students. So, write the following question in your books. The question is 1. What is economic activity? 2. What are economic activity? 3. What are the people who carry out production activities called? And the last is mention 5 examples of production, distribution, and consumption activity. So, answer the quiz in your home. Okay, class, because our time is over, we should stop here. Well, everybody, let's stop here. So, who can conclude our material today? Okay, the conclusion of material today is economic activity is an activity carried out by humans to fulfill their needs. Economic activity are divided by production, distribution, and consumption. Okay, student, do you have any question? And do you understand? Okay, if you didn't have question, can you try about economy's activity in your books? And don't forget to answer the quiz in your book. So, it's enough for today. Thank you for your listening, and I'm sorry for my mistake. Goodbye everyone. We will continue in the next class. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.